Yo, what's happening? This is Knowledge. Yo, performing surgery on the Macbook. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm applying some Arctic Silver, and this is Arctic Silver 5. I'm applying this. I don't know if y'all can really see it, but I try to point it out with the Q-tip. I am cleaning the GPU and the CPU. And there's two plates right here on the motherboard, and that's where the heat is conducted from the motherboard. That's why your computer gets so hot sometimes with your laptop. It gets hot because the circuitry, whatever, is just warming up because of you watching videos or you're doing a lot of work and or your music or whatever the case, heavy processing power. And what this does is it conveys the heat from the motherboard onto these two chips, the CPU and the GPU, and it you see this little bronze thing, or this is copper, okay? And this copper is like it radiates the heat to the fan, and the fan will then kick on. Well, on these two plates, I know you can't really see them too good, but they're like silver plates. I'm gonna try to come around here a little bit. Let's see if you can see these two copper plates. Hold on. Okay. Those two copper plates right here. Let me move this. One right there, right here, and one right there. Those two copper plates. That's your GPU and your CPU. Put that back this way. That's your GPU and your CPU, alright? And before I had all this, it's kind of shiny now, but it was dirty. It had all this gunked up thermal paste on it, and what the thermal paste does is it gives the surface a conductive, like almost like oil, in some sense of the word, like almost like an oil or a conductor, a heat conductor, where it transfers heat from, it helps transfer heat from your motherboard to the radiator or the copper plate to begin the cooling of the computer. And just, you know, a lot of times this will save your computer. You know, right now I got a program loaded onto it where I am where my computer is showing that it's running like at 70 degrees. I mean, that's just that's the average right now, and that's really not good. It should be really down but like 50 degrees. It shouldn't be running. It should be running like a new computer. When you have your thermal paste on there correctly, it should be your computer should be running cooler. It'll prolong the life of your motherboard, which is basically which gives your computer life and be able to do all the things that it's programmed to do. Also, when your computer overheats, see, this is what happens in the circuitry. I'm gonna try to zoom. This knowledge is coming on a technical tip a little bit today. I don't know how good I am right there, but see all your circuitry and stuff. When your computer overheat, what happens is the solder begins to melt, and the reason why your computer will start acting funny is because these solder connections will begin to loosen when it gets too hot, because you know everything is soldered onto the motherboard, all these connections. So when that happens, your computer is not firing on all cylinders, and you losing time and the resources, you know, of the computer. So this is one way to keep your computer running up to speed, even if it's a couple years old. Like this is a 2007 MacBook. So when you open it up, or you open up your computer, make sure you clean and get all the dust out of where the motherboard is, okay? I suggest, you know, you can use that pressurized air, but that's sometimes a little bit too hard coming out, so I'll just, you know, blow. And it'll, you know, be able to lift up some of the dirt. Don't take any solvents or anything to it. Don't do any of that. The only thing that I use right here is this regular dollar store alcohol, okay? This is 50%, but you can use 90% if you can find it. I can't really find 90% alcohol, 99% or whatever, but 50% is good. And clean off, you know, you can, you know, go around the surface or some, you know, dab a little bit, but don't put any solvents on, okay, on your motherboard. I suggest you don't do that, okay? But when you cleaning off your CPU and your GPU chip, you want to use alcohol, put on the Q-tip, rub it, get all the stuff off of the plates. Turn over your fan. This part right here, this is connected to the fan. This thing right here. And once I'm gonna disconnect that and hold on. It's a little something that's holding it on here that I can't quite figure out what it is, but when I turn it over, it's two other plates. And what you want to do is clean that off real good. Apply the Arctic Silver 5 to it. And you can put either a dab on it because it's very thick stuff, but you know, you don't need a lot. Just put a little bit on there, and when you put the plate back on here, what it does, when the pressure is applied by the screws, it will smash out damn near almost flat, and then you all good to go. Put it back, reassemble the way that you have, took it apart. Then at that time I reapply my RAM slots, my chips into my slots. I'm running 2 gigs a piece in each slot. Slot 1 here, slot 2. It's 2 gigs a piece, which equals me out to 4 gigs. And my computer my laptop only handles 3 1/4 or 3 1/2. So out of these 4 gigs, I get only 3 1/2, but that's better than I only had 1 when I got this computer, which was around 2010. So I upgraded it to the max with 3 1/2 gigs, whatever it will use out of these 4. And really, man, I mean, only other thing that you can really do is probably get another hard drive right here, or you can get a external hard drive, which would take the load off your this will take the load off of your main hard drive. On my hard drive, I only got my programs. So simple maintenance will be able to prolong the life of your computer. A lot of times we buy stuff that we don't need because of simple fixes, where we can just the same thing that you would go to Best Buy for and go to the Geek Squad for, or go to the Apple store, you can do yourself. Because Apple will sell you 2 gigs of RAM for damn near fucking $40. You know what I mean? They're so expensive. You can go to your local computer store or on eBay and buy a 2 gig, you know, RAM chip set for, you know, $10, $15 for whatever, you know, whatever the compatibility for your computer. So these little things like this will maintain your computer for a long time to come. Not only is this computer, my laptop, you know, I damn near really like it better than my iMac because it's just portable. I can take it everywhere, anywhere. I just keep it clean, you know what I mean, and keep it clean, take care of it, you know. Do my little updates on it every now and again, don't, you know, but mainly keep it clean and take care of it. If you take care of it, it will last. So this is the hub of my whole little studio. If this goes, then I ain't really got nothing else. I have to use my iMac, and I really don't want to use that because this is just too bulky for me. You know what I mean? I like it where it got a little space. I can move it around. If I'm doing something like a paper, or you know, want to bring it up, and you know, me and the kids work at the kitchen table and do little things, then we can do it off the laptop, and you know, from there. So just knowledge on the technical talk, saying, look, a couple things that you can do to prolong the life of your computer. It's real simple things that you can do with everyday household items. You can do it with alcohol, cotton swabs, Arctic Silver 5. Remember, you want to use this if your computer is overheating. You can do this yourself. People doing tutorials on it all the time. So just you know, Google it or YouTube it. This is how I found out about it. So, you know, since, you know, I got a certain type of crowd that's checking for me, as far as the hip hoppers, you know what I'm saying, it's really all about, you know, we use what we got and make it work. And just sharing with y'all, and y'all come up on some more technical type of things that we can do to help each other out, then share it with me, and you know, put me up on it. But I'm gonna put you up on everything that I know to help you, you know, make your life a little bit easier on this thing. No, I ain't really got put no FaceTime on here, but it's really all about the trying to, you know, keep your keep your thing going on here, keep your computer running right, whether it be a Mac or a PC. It really don't matter. You really want to, you really want to keep your hardware and your computer running good, and that way the software will run great. So till the next time, this is Knowledge checking out. And again, if y'all got anything that y'all can share with me, put me up on, please do. And I'm gonna put my stuff on, clean it out, put my RAM back in here. Also, really, y'all, before I go, this is very, very, very important. A lot of times we do think our computer is acting up and running slow. It's really running slow a lot of times because you don't have enough RAM. Now check the RAM, and if you don't know about RAM, I suggest you look it up and Google it and see what it is all about. Really, I'm gonna give you an analogy right quick. RAM is like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like a container. Okay? Say this is 1 gig of RAM and this is 2. This is bigger. This is 1 and this is 2. More space here. So all RAM is really a bigger container to put more information in. So the more programs, the more processing that you're doing, say you're doing a lot of music and videos and doing all that type of stuff, you want to have something that has a bigger container so more information can come in. And also, RAM also has the bigger container you have, the bigger hole. Think of it as an IV bag. You have an IV bag full of liquid, which is the information. Then you have a bigger hole. You have a hole at the bottom, which is dripping out information. Okay, the bigger the RAM, the bigger container, the bigger the hole, the faster and the steadier the information will stream out of it. The smaller, it's going to hold less information. It's going to be in less information being able to come out. So RAM is also a big component to why we get rid of things or we think that our computer is messing up. Whereas this is just as simple as opening up your computer, finding out where your slots are. I don't even have to open up the computer to find out where my slots are at. All I had to do is take the battery out. But taking off the top, I was able to see exactly where, how it is. But a lot of places you can just take off the back, pop off your RAM, whatever RAM that you got in there. If there's only 1 gig, and slide in a new one. And it's as simple as that, man. And I swear to God, man, I mean, you think you have a brand new computer. I just gave my little cousin, like, on my old PC that I had, I just gave him like a gig a couple months ago. He came over, visited me, talking about his computer. I don't use that computer no more. The big old desktop, and I said, here, take this. This computer is running slow. He popped it in there, and wham. It was bam, all over again, running real good. So check out your RAM and find out what it is, what RAM chipset it takes, and put it in there. And it's just as simple as that, So, hey, you want a speedy computer, a faster computer, just take care of it, see the specs on it, and by default, by doing music and doing my own, CD covers and doing all programs, I began to get savvy by not even reading about it, just by understanding, just by default, just doing it, and just by doing it and seeing, just subconsciously soaking in information for when I needed it, and now I can use it and pass it along. So again, knowledge on the let's say the technical build, and go from there, put it back together, and I'll get with y'all on the next go around. Knowledge in the place to be, one time for your mind. Peace.